I got this huge standing ovation after I used this term, make America great again.
He speaks very simply.
And how simple is it?
He's often vague enough about things that you can project into it whatever you want.
These are non-partisan parts of psychology. These are just parts of how our minds and brains are organized. A person in authority repeatedly tells you this is the way the situation is, then you come to believe that because you say, well, that's an authority about this form of knowledge, so I'm going to accept that belief.
All of this with the global warming and that, a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax, a lot of it.
Anything that is repeated a lot becomes cognitively more available.
If I say inner city crime, for instance, if you keep saying it over and over, that conceptual combination becomes very frequent and becomes kind of stored.
We may not even remember where we heard it before, so we lose the source, but we know that it is there and it is familiar.
What about if I want to talk about inner city diversity, inner city opportunity, inner city architecture, and so on? That becomes now overridden by the relentless and repeated expression of inner city crime or bad. That's part of the belief fixation.
And so we tend to come to accept it as a truth because I've heard it so many times.
Crime in our inner cities. Our inner cities are rife with crime.
This kind of pairing of relatively straightforward concepts, typically with a negative adjective, is very powerful. It speaks to your intrinsic and intuitive fears or worries about concepts. One thing I've found very striking in the tweeting, in the speaking, and in the writing is really the failure to acknowledge complication.
When he reduces problems, it's a much easier message to take. People like dichotomies. A dichotomy is a choice of two things. You are either with me or against me. It would be wonderful if in fact the problems he was reducing were only two choice problems. But if the problems that he's reducing actually have a lot of nuance in them, then what you're doing is you're missing the complexity that may make a difference.
We are going to make America great again. Great
is simply saying some aspirational abstract thing. You want to know great because ABC, wonderful progress because XYZ. So I think if it can be expanded in that way, his communicative style can possibly bring in a broader audience. The particular communicative style that President-elect Trump cultivates, there is not much actual range here. I don't think this is constructed. I think this is a very gut level instinct. This is actually the man and how he speaks.
Hey NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.